My name is Janelle Thompson. Thank you guys for coming. I'm going to talk to you today about sugar addiction. The reality is happening everywhere right now in the United States. Sugar is being called the silent killer. It's hiding in our kitchen cabinets right now. I can pretty well guarantee that everyone in the United States probably has at least one packet of sugar in their house. If you think about it, it hides behind a really ingenious disguise. It's white, a sign of purity. It's glistening, and it's really attractive in like confections such as wedding cakes. Why I did this was I was actually sitting at a stoplight and I was watching a school get out, and I noticed that just about every parent and child that was walking down the sidewalk was overweight. I know back when I went to high school, there maybe was 2 or 3 kids in the whole entire school that was overweight. So, what's changed? Human DNA has not changed. But currently, 2 out of every 3 adults are obese, and 1 out of 3 children are obese. And what's the major difference is sugar consumption. In the early 1900s, the average person consumed 5 pounds of sugar per year. The first soda pop was like 6.5 ounces. And if you compare that to a measuring cup is 8 ounces. I went to my aunt, who's 78, and I asked her, I said, when you were a child, how often did you have soda? She said maybe once or twice a month, and it was a treat at that. And if they didn't have money for it, they didn't get it. The society back then was a society of needs and not wants. Currently, in the year 2013, the average person consumes 200 pounds of sugar per year. And the average size of a soda today is like 32 ounces. How often do we consume sugar? Well, if you think about it, if we go to McDonald's, we always get a pop. Sometimes there's people who drink 3 and 4 pops a day. Society has changed from an I need to an I want society. So how much is too much sugar? There's 2 types of sugar. Naturally occurring sugars, which are in like fruits and milk products, dairy. The American Heart Association says that adult women should have 6 teaspoons of sugar per day, and adult men 9 teaspoons of sugar per day. I think I missed a slide. Okay, we'll go on. 10 things most of us don't know about sugar. Kristen Kirkpatrick, she is a registered dietitian for the Wellness and Nutrition Centers of Cleveland. Give me 10 things that I found really interesting about sugar. Sugar can damage your heart. It actually contains a molecule that changes the protein in your heart muscles, and it actually makes the pumping of your heart change. So it causes arrhythmias in the heart. Sugar produces belly fat. Fructose intake causes visceral fat. That's the fat that gets on the outside of muscles. Sugar is the true silent killer. It's linked to leptin resistance, which leptin is the hormone that when you eat, it's released from the brain, and it tells you you're full. Without that, you'll just keep eating. You'll never feel sated. You won't ever feel full. And sugar's been linked to cancer. Not causing cancer, but actually the sugar feeds cancer cells that the chemotherapy is trying to kill. So while the chemo is trying to kill it, the sugar actually feeds it and keeps it going. Your sugar addiction may be genetic, just like any addictive traits, like alcoholism. It can be passed through your genes. Sugar and alcohol have similar toxic levels on the liver. Again, fructose, it's like the high fructose corn syrup you hear about on TV all the time, produces fat in the liver, and the liver can't push that fat out, so it builds up, causing cirrhosis. Sugar may sap brain power. 2009 study found the relationship between sugar consumption and cell aging, and they also found in lab rats that sugar atrophied or made the brain shrink. Sugar also hides in many non-sugar foods, like processed pasta sauces and fat-free products. I know I made homemade spaghetti sauce just today. In the quart of spaghetti sauce I made, it had 8 grams of sugar. That's homemade. And I had a bottle of ragu on the shelf, and I looked, a half a cup of ragu has 8 grams of sugar in it. So there's a lot of sugar added. I also looked in my cabinets and looked at my taco seasoning. They put sugar in that too, which I don't know why. I wouldn't need it. Overload of sugar may shorten your lifespan. It causes obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. Of course, I talked to you about how sugar, if you overload your system with sugar, your pancreas is going to let the insulin out. And what the insulin will do, it pushes your sugar into your cells, causing fat, which causes diabetes and heart disease. Once again, sugar is making us fat. What I wanted to add, and I thought I did have this slide on there, is over the last 20 years, the United States has had its lowest fat intake because they were pushing low-fat diets. The United States, on an average, hardly consumes any fat, but we're getting fatter as a society. This is a diagram how I wanted to show you how it is addictive. You eat sugar, you like it, it has addictive properties. Well, blood sugar actually spikes the dopamine in your brain, just like heroin and cocaine. When they monitored people, not rats, they couldn't tell the difference between cocaine, heroin, or sugar. Again, you get your sugar high, and you're going to be up for a while. Blood sugar is going to drop down, and you're going to go after that high again. What can be done? Well, as individuals, we can just be aware of the problem. I know that I was like a 3-pop-a-day drinking person about 6 weeks ago. I've stopped doing that. I've made lifestyle changes. You can check your food labels, you can cook at home, and exercise. For the public, education at the grade school level is key to teaching parents and children about the dangers of sugar, and the CDC recommends that you look for the hidden sugars, the fructose, the high fructose corn syrup, sucrose, and dextrose. Thank you. Got it?